Welcome to a second update today, which is going to be relatively small and short, as we're going to discuss a project that has been waking up nicely, but had not been showing the strength that most of you were expecting to be happening with this ecosystem. And very similar to a coin like Polkadot, which is also lagging behind as a layer 1. But we're going to discuss those in, or at least Cosmos today in this short update. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the YouTube update, it's free to do. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I'm making daily content on the markets and also my personal life. And finally, if you want to trade alongside me, get more education, get trade ideas, fundamental reports, discussions, a wonderful community, don't forget to become a member through the link beneath, which is called 8 Global. So, looking at the markets at this point, Atom has been seeing some heavy volatility in recent weeks, just like many layer 1s, I guess. But most of them have been accelerating even more, while Atom has just been lagging behind a little bit, as we just have seen a barely new all-time high. And yes, in the past 48 hours we've had a nice breakout, and due to the fact that Bitcoin has been correcting, we've also been seeing a corrective move on Atom. So, if you want to get a price prediction going at this stage, I think most of the projects have been seeing the 1618 Fibonacci level as a target. So we derived the previous high, we derived the previous low, and based on that fact we get into this entire range that has actually been hit. So not entirely close, but we got towards the range that we project as a target point for Cosmos at this stage. And when you're looking at projects like Harmony, we got towards the 1618 Fibonacci level. We get a big bounce here, but overall, if you're basing it on a daily time frame, you're going to be waiting until you get a retest in the ranges that you're looking for before it's going to continue moving. So here we derived the 1618 Fibonacci level as well. We actually have been taking it from the previous run. So when you're looking at Phantom, exact same view, right? We got towards the zone, massive bounce back up, wonderful, after we have been touching the 1618 Fibonacci level. Cosmos, same view. We could be taking the Fibonacci from the previous low in the previous cycle here too, in which we take the March low. And there you get a quite similar target zone, which is relatively a little bit higher than what we have right now. Given the fact that we've had a new impulse wave and a recent low, we could be making a new target for this, and we already see one on top. And it's funny, if we use this as a target zone, we can derive the next one, which is around 70 bucks for Cosmos, and the second target zone that we have, there we go, triple digits. So those could be the end of this run or the end of this bull cycle as targets at this stage, in which Cosmos runs towards 100 bucks based on the Fibonacci extension tool. Then second, the question becomes, where should you be getting interested in Cosmos? Because at this stage we've already seen a big bounce, and this big bounce came from the previous high. So at this stage we might be looking at a fact that we have to buy higher, given that the retests have been done already. So this retest has been done. That is still a point of interest where you could be getting interested in the markets for Cosmos. But if you want to start scaling in, we've got another level here too. So if I make a white block and you want to take a swing trade, I think you're going to look at this entire range here for scale or scaling in opportunities. So you DCA in this range, through which you're going to be able to get a nice average cost. You get filled, you might not get filled fully. If you get filled fully, wonderful. If you're not getting filled fully, you're still exposing yourself partially to the markets, and your target points are based on 70 bucks and 100 bucks at this stage, with the next run happening on Cosmos. Where are we with Cosmos right now? I think somewhere in this stage. We've cracked the new highs, which we have always also been doing here. Have been correcting a little bit, going sideways, and then the actual expansion still has to come at the stage later, probably during Q1 of 2022, in which we also have been seeing that the Bitcoin pair has been showing some strength in the recent days after a big breakout and also a harsh correction. Then you get the overall question of where are you going to buy? Well, if you're looking at the price action from previous year, we've also been seeing this nice bounce back up on Atom, in which we started correcting even more since, given that Bitcoin has been showing strength. We might be getting the exact same at this stage, but I still want to point out a few important levels that we could be looking at with Atom. First one, aggressive approach, is that you take the retest in this region here, which is around 5,500 sats. That is an aggressive approach, because if we're going to lose that entire level, we are going to face ourselves in heavier and deeper correction at this stage, and then we might be facing a corrective move all the way back towards the area of 4,000 sats, and that probably will be the golden ticket or golden trigger to get into the markets with Cosmos. So what is the target point when we're looking at this corrective move? Well, we can also use Fibonacci extension on the previous run. So we take the previous low, we take the previous high, and based on that figure, we've got a target point at 16,000 sats. If Bitcoin remains at 60k, you can easily calculate the target zone, which is around 100 bucks. If Bitcoin runs even further, we could exceed the number that we have on the US dollar value, but I think a valuation of 100 bucks would be relatively normal for Cosmos to be hitting at this stage. If we exceed those numbers, I think it's great to have those profits, but you should still be taking those profits if Cosmos gets into those regions. I hope you have enjoyed this small update. I'll be back tomorrow with 2 fresh ones. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow.